Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nick1 here from Tugas Gaming, and I'm kind of bringing you guys a different type of video. It's actually a series called Scary Times. It's not going to be a weekly series. It's just whenever I think of a scary time or something scary happens, like, or I remember of a scary time when I was a child or whatever, that's when I'll do one. And it could be scary dreams or imagination or actual things happening. Um, and I'm doing this series because I just love hearing scary stories and I love talking about myself being scared and all that kind of stuff. I mean, whatever. So picture this, yeah? I was 8 years old and my cousin was 10 years old. And me, him, my dad, and my uncle were walking in a forest in the middle of winter looking for a lake to go ice fishing, right? And we never had snow machines or anything like that. I don't know why we didn't use them or whatever. But, whatever. So when me and my cousin were walking around the forest, we kept on hearing like wolves howling and stuff like that. So obviously, being a young kid, we were a bit scared, right? So basically, we were wearing these huge snowsuits, so we were tired, sweaty, and all that kind of stuff. And since my dad and uncle were such nice guys, they said we can wait at like a certain spot or whatever while they go check something out by a lake. So obviously, me and my cousin stayed there. So you know that feeling when you're standing up for a long time and you sit down super fast? Well, that's what I felt like after I sit down, okay? So since there were wolves on our mind from them howling, we kept on hearing wolves and all this stuff, and after about 25 minutes, we seen the wolves. Quotation marks there. We seen the wolves, so we hid behind a snowbank kind of thing, and they just walked past. And I mean, me and my cousin were so scared it was unbelievable. We both could barely breathe, and we were both like extremely scared. And and shortly after that, my dad and uncle came back, and everything was normal. For some reason, it's always stuck in my head, and I don't know why. But now that I look back on it, like when you're young, your imagination's always running, and wolves are already in my mind, and I was super tired and stuff like that, right? So I could have just imagined it, and also you can't forget that wolves are super smart and they can smell like 50 times as better as dogs, right? So even though it was super scary, I'll still look back at this event and just remember how scared I was because sometimes I'm just in that kind of mood. I don't know. So I mean, that kind of got me made me think like how much of this scary stuff that happens to us is actually just our imagination playing tricks on us, right? Like sometimes we're home alone and we might like hear a little thump or whatever, and like that might scare us, but then nothing ends up happening, and something had to make that bump, right? So what if maybe like we that something was just our mind playing tricks on us, and we were scared for that, like that the next couple of hours because of something that was played with in our mind. And keep in mind that this story, like I'm not saying that that's exactly what happened, that we both happen to imagine the wolves at the same time or whatever. But I mean, I'm just saying it could be a possibility because they are super smart, and dogs would smell you, and so on, and wolves have better sense of smell than dogs. So like, I don't know, it's that, and then it's like say like we're hunting for like deer or whatever, and like this is actually like a first hand thing. It's not scary, but it's still something that my mind playing tricks on me, like. Maybe like so me and my dad were sitting there and I was of course getting tired from you wake up at 5 a.m. you hunt till like 6 p.m. or whatever, so that's a lot of fucking 13 hours, right? Obviously you're gonna be tired, you might be a bit sore, you're just gonna be bored kind of if nothing happens. And from that all happening, like I thought that I seen like a deer in the forest or whatever, and like what if and then I was sitting there and I got super attentive again to wait to see if it moves or whatever. And like I kind of think that it happens for a good reason, right? Not every time, but sometimes, like maybe like since I'm more attentive, what if there actually might end up being a deer coming and I just happen to be super attentive again because I imagined a deer. And like, you know, that shit, like, I love talking about this stuff. And so what if like we somehow just have a feeling that there might be like something might happen, but we don't know it, right? And like, so we get attentive from, listening, from imagining things. What do you guys think of that? I think that's pretty crazy. Thanks for listening, guys. Peace out.